I am Sarah. I am the owner and dyer behind SeraCraft Yarn, and welcome to SeraCraft Studios. I am coming to you from Eastern Washington State, where I live with my family, my husband, and our kids, and our barn of chickens and ducks. And I just wanted to do a little video today. I don't have a ton of time, but hopefully it won't feel very rushed. I just wanted to check in, show you a couple of fun things I've been working on, and I have a giveaway today. And then I have to go pick up my daughter from school. So, yeah. Okay, where can you find me? I think you guys know there's might be some new viewers out there, so thank you for coming to check me out, and thank you for coming back, for returning viewers. I have a link down below where to find me. I am SeraCraft Yarn on Instagram, Facebook, and my Etsy shop. You can also find me on Ravelry as Sarah M, S-E-R-A-M, and you can find my yarn at my Etsy shop, as well as 2 brick and mortar stores here in Washington State, the Hook and Needle Nook in Spokane, Washington, and a Little Nitty in Auburn, Washington. So let's see. I'm just going to talk about the giveaways real quick first because I'm really excited about them. There'll be a little bit of crinkling, and I'm sorry for that. But I have, oh, I'm going to take it out. I'm sorry. I should have unwrapped it. I was thinking I would keep it in here, but it's fine. Okay. So I have a giveaway. It's a Halloween giveaway. And for those of you who watched the Fiber Girls podcast that I did with my girlfriend Sarah from Graceland Wool and the Hello Grace podcast, and Kayla from Whips on Sticks, and we did a few episodes of the Fiber Girls, and we really enjoyed getting together. However, it's so hard to get 3 people together, you know, different schedules and obligations, and it's just really difficult and time consuming. So we don't have anything set for upcoming podcast together. So we have 2 giveaways that we were going to do on that podcast. So I am going to do both of them on here. One of them is for Halloween, so I'm going to draw a winner for this one the next time that I podcast, whenever that is, usually every couple of weeks to a month, somewhere in that. It will definitely be before Halloween. So the first part of it is this cute little candy corn bag. And then it's a drawstring, and then it has a simple gray lining. And it's a really beautiful, well-made bag. That is from Fate's Thread. Let's see, there's that. And then one of the mini skeins I dyed for Halloween called Soul Robber. And this colorway was inspired by the Nightmare Before Christmas video game, actually, because Jack has a little lasso thing that he attacks the bad guys with, and it is lime green, looks like a laser, sort of. It's that bright green, and so that's where that is from, and then those are the colors of that. So that's one of my mini skeins. So that's for the next podcast. So I'll have you comment below, and I'd like to know what your favorite book or movie or something to read that's a little bit creepy for this time of year, maybe, or like fall and Halloween inspired. Okay, book or movie. So just comment below, and then I'll draw next time. And then I also am going to do a giveaway when I get there's not a lot of us in my little SeraCraft Studios community, but as the number of subscribers grows, I'm going to do a really awesome giveaway that was sent, more crinkly, sorry, it was sent by Lydia from O Loops and Amber from Banna and Bean, and it's this package. It's so great. I'm not going to show that. That shows the pattern. Okay, let's see if I can open it without really crinkling. I don't know if I can. Sorry. If you have headphones, I'm really sorry. Okay. So it has two beautiful skeins of yarn from Lydia. So it's Loops yarn. This is called Love in Every Cup. This is on her bulky half Windsor base, which is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And this is the same base, and this color is called Extra Whip. So those are really beautiful. Look at all of those pretty colors. So those skeins together. And then she and Amber sent, there's a pattern for a hat by Lydia Brown, which is Lydia from Loops. So the pattern is called Be Mine. Yeah, okay. It's so cute. It would be so cute in that. So, and then Amber put in a coffee inspired project bag. And if you have not used Amber's bags, they are so well made and they're beautiful. She has really fun prints. This is the inside, and there's her Banana and Bean. And then she also included some stitch markers and a little needle cozy. So, just so cute. So, so that I will do maybe at like the 200 subscriber to the podcast, somewhere around there. I think that would be probably good, and that's upcoming. Let me take a sip of my sparkling water. Okay, so then I have two finished objects. This is blocked, but I have not woven the ends in, which of course made me think of Michelle from My So-Called Handmade Life. Michelle, I'm trying to get better, but you don't even want to see the inside of my Tecumseh and my Soldotna. They still have ends inside that need to be woven in. And also most of my socks usually have a little string that I tuck in. It's horrific. But after Michelle did this whole, what did you call it? You were weaving, the end weaving party or something like that. I just laughed because I should join you and do that, but I'll have to weave these in because they don't look like fringe. But anyway, all right, let's see. This is the Nightshift shawl. So this is the Nightshift shawl by Andrea Mowry. It's really big. And it's funny because as I was knitting it, I didn't actually think it was going to be this big. But then, this is usually how I wear my shawls. So anyway, so that's Andrea Mowry, the Nightshift shawl. All my yarns are on my Ravelry page, but I can't think of what they are right now. There's two that are an alpaca blend, and those are from an indie dyer out of Colorado, and I just can't think of the name, and I don't have the tags. Then there's also some hand spun that somebody had sent me during, my brain is not working, around November-ish on Instagram. There's always a hashtag that you can put sort of wishes out there of what you would really like to receive or what you would like to send somebody else, and you can all kind of trade things. And so I saw somebody was wanting to give away a bunch of hand spun because she wasn't using it, and I said, well, I've never knit with hand spun, I would love to. And so I got this beautiful skein of purple, and it's all in here, and I don't know her name or anything, and I'm certain that she doesn't watch, but it's beautiful. So anyway, it's super soft, and I'm really excited to have it. The weather has changed quite a lot in the last couple of weeks, and it's cooled off a lot. And in fact, we have a cold front coming through, and they say that we're supposed to get rain this weekend, but it's cold enough that we will be getting snow in the mountains. And I believe it was like a winter storm warning for 6 to 12 inches or something crazy. So this will be, I should weave the ends in tonight. So, and the other thing I finished is finally, there's still ends, Michelle, is a pair of socks. And these are just a simple vanilla sock. The yarn is Somebody It's Cold Outside by Desert Vista Dyeworks. And then the pink is from Lolo Did It, and it's a little Lolo. And I say the name wrong every time because I bought several mini skeins all at the same time from Lolo Did It. I'm sorry, Lauren. I want to say it's Hello Gorgeous. I don't know if that's right. But I love these and I'm really excited. I'm going to weave the ends in on these and then I'm going to wear them because I cast them on last year during like the first snow day, I think. And I was determined to get them done and then I got bored and carried away with other stuff. But they're done now. So let's see. What else? This is almost done. And this is a pattern that actually is released on Ravelry today by This Bird Knits, and that's Annie. And I had it tagged as the Autumn and Indigo sweater, and I'm going to go back and change that. It's now called the Squall Sweater. So I'm allowed to show it. I did stop knitting it. I finished the body and I loved knitting this pattern. However, I chose to do a size that's a little big for me and it is supposed to have a lot of positive ease, but when I finished it, I did not love how it looked on my body because it was a little too much positive ease. I have really narrow shoulders and a 34-inch bust, and sometimes too much positive ease plus length, I just look really kind of dumpy, and so I stopped knitting it. And I was going to just frog it, and my mom saw it and she was like, I love that sweater. Is there any way it would fit me? So since she has a larger bust than I do, I said, maybe it will. I will stop knitting it. When you come visit, which is in a couple weeks, she's going to try it on. And then I may adjust the length to shorten it a touch for her. And then I think she would like a short sleeve instead of a long sleeve. But I knit this very, very quickly, the body actually. And this is all out of Quince Co Osprey. And again, it's all on my project page. And I'm sorry, I don't have all of my stuff with me. I'm really bad about that today. But I did make sure to put all the colors in there. And this yarn is fantastic. It's woolly, but it's super, super soft and squishy. And I just really love it. And this pattern, again, is called the Squall Sweater by This Bird Knits. And it just came out today, which is Friday, the 27th of September. So by the time that this video actually goes up, it will be live. And you can go grab one because you will just, it's texture, it's color work, it's nothing super complicated, but it's very engaging and very fun. And I definitely recommend that. And what was it, a sport weight? Sport weight, I believe. So it makes it really warm and cozy, but knit really fast. So that's exciting. And then I also, somebody's going to ask maybe what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the campus cardigan, campus jacket. And I knit this so long ago. It's knit out of Cascade Eco Plus. And I do have a project page way down. But it's just a cardigan. I should have done a larger bust, but at the time, it was before I had kids. And then it has orange alpaca pockets. And then this is one of my Pine and Smith dresses, which I am newly obsessed with. They're Joanna's dresses, and they're gorgeous. I love them. So that was one of my 40th birthday presents, was that beautiful dress. Okay, what else do I have to show you? I am going I hope I'm not talking too fast. I'm talking a little bit fast. In my Banna and Bean Nightmare Before Christmas bag, which I always use at this time of year, I am working on, I think I have the pattern. Susan B. Anderson has a fall harvest charm set, and Chelsea from Legacy Fiber Arts posted this, and it's so funny because as soon as Susan B. Anderson released this pattern, I really wanted to knit it, but at the time I didn't want to because little stuff like this is kind of fiddly, and I don't love fiddly stuff, but I love this pattern. That is also a Pine and Smith dress, by the way. I'll link to them below because I'm fairly obsessed. You'll hear about them a lot. And I'm going to plan, I actually opened a thread in Ravelry about sweaters, specifically cardigans to knit to match Pine and Smith clothing or other linen, but specifically Pine and Smith. But anyway, so those charms are super cute. And I did do a pumpkin and I gave it to my son to give to his teacher on the first day of school. So, so I have that, and I've done a couple. I'm halfway, almost halfway through a pumpkin, another pumpkin. But I'm using a bunch of scraps of different yarns, and so I don't know what they all are. This is my pine cone, and I just have to do the rest of the little frills. It might be kind of hard to see that. But I have to do those around, and then I'll have my little pine cone. And I've done a leaf. I still have to do the ends. And I've also done this leaf. And I did a little purple acorn. So I have those, and I'm planning to do some more. I'm going to do the rest of the pumpkin and the pine cone, and then see from there what else I can work on. Okay. Another test knit that I was working on, and I have to rip it back and start the colorwork part over, but this is the Autumn Rising socks by Sarah Stevens from Graceland Wool and the Hello Grace podcast. I loved knitting these socks, and they're gorgeous. They're so much fun, but I did the color work too tight. I thought I was doing all right, and I was just plugging along, and they were just great, and I was so excited, and then I went to try it on, and I can't get that on my foot. So my floats don't even look that tight. I don't. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to show you, which is why I haven't ripped it back. So I'm ripping back to here. I'm going to go up a needle size for the colorwork portion, and really, I probably will knit it inside out, which I've heard is a good trick, and I did that, excuse me, on other socks I've knit. But I'll knit it inside out for the colorwork part, and then flip it back, and that helps to keep it a little bit loose. But Autumn Rising socks, that pattern I believe is live. No, not I believe. I know that pattern is live on Ravelry. So you could check that out. That's a really fun pattern for socks. And what else? That's not the one I want to show you. Okay, I have 2 other projects to show you, and then I think no, 3. Oh, I don't have the tag for that either. Darn it. What is going on? Oh, yes, I do. Yay. Okay. In my Birch Grove bag, which is my favorite fall bag from Christina up in Canada, I am knitting a pair of vanilla socks, and I'm just kind of making it up. I mean, it's just ribbing and plain stockinette. Super simple. And I am using O-Loops yarn from Lydia. And this is the Charm and Persuasion, which is one of the Practical Magic colorways she did. And this is on her Fashion Knot base, which is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% gold stellina. And so just perfect fall colors. I mean, I'm just really excited. And I decided to use a ChiaoGoo US 1, which is a 2.25 millimeter needle. And it's really what was available. So, but I just really, really wanted to cast those on. So those are my sort of car knitting. I haven't been doing a lot of ballet knitting this year. Well, my daughter's in ballet because it's a night class this year, and my son is with us, and so it's darker in there this year. They don't have the lights on in the hallway, and so I just kind of chat and watch and don't knit, which is nice. But last year I was just knitting simple stuff and watching, and so I felt like I was getting things done at the same time, and I'm not this year. Okay, one more thing. No, two more things. Okay, I am knitting for my daughter from this pattern book called Swoon Maine from, is it Carrie Bostick Hoge? This pattern book I love. I'm mildly obsessed with Maine and all things Maine and have never been to Maine, but I really want to move to Maine. I always look at real estate in Maine. I've never been there. Never been there, but I want to retire there. All right. So I am knitting out of this, and I'm trying to find a picture of the cardigan without any of the pattern showing. Because I really hate when people show patterns or like post pictures and it's like the chart and their I mean, come on. Don't do that. People, you have paid for a pattern and people have worked really hard on it and then you are just showing it online. It drives me insane. Okay, the Little Shore Cardigan. Okay. And it's a simple cardigan. It's a DK or worsted weight cardigan. And then it is a little bit longer in the back. You can see it in this picture a little bit. So I'm knitting that for my daughter and she dyed the yarn. This yarn is based on one of the My Little Ponies named Rarity. Rarity is white with a purple mane and her cutie mark is blue diamonds, light blue diamonds, and she has light blue eyeshadow and black eyelashes. And some of her mane is also kind of like a pink color. So anyway, Amelia helped dye this yarn. So I'm holding this is my Twinkle Toes base. It's has some silver stellina in it. I'm holding it double because she wanted it sparkly as well. So, and I am using, I don't know what these needles are. I really like them though. They're a wooden needle. They're a US 9. I feel like I got these at Cereal Knitters over by Seattle, and I can't think, at the time I had never heard of them. I want to say they're like a Knitter's Pride something, and I didn't know what they were, but they're very smooth wood. There's no drag like most wooden needles I don't love because there's a lot of drag. These are so smooth. And so I just separated for the sleeves and I'm working on the body on that. If I can figure out what the needles are, I'll post below. But I'd really like to get some more of those. And then I am also knitting, oh shoot, there's two things in this bag. Okay, I'm knitting the Rye socks by Tin Can Knit. They're a worsted weight sock. I'm knitting them for my son. This is my superwash DK base, 100% superwash merino wool, and this colorway is called Mouse. I am following the numbers of the Tin Can Knits pattern, Rye. However, I did a garter heel flap, and I did not do the garter panel on the front of the sock. I just did stockinette. But otherwise, the numbers are really the only reason that I chose this particular pattern. And he wanted warm, cozy socks for winter, so I'm doing that. And I am more than halfway through the second sock. I just have the rest of the foot. And they're pretty stretchy, so I think he tried them on. They fit perfectly, even though they look small. And I'm actually using wooden DPNs because it's all I had. And they're going along just fine. And then the last thing, I don't have a picture of the pattern. It's a pattern I purchased at Knit the Studio in Spokane. Chris wrote the pattern and she said that if you purchase your yarn from her, she would be happy to share the pattern. But it's a simple brioche cowl. It is my first brioche project. And Mom, if you're looking, don't look. Turn it off or something. But this is a very late birthday present for my mom. So I am doing this brioche cowl. And it's actually, brioche is way easier than I thought it would be. It does take more time. However, it creates a really beautiful, very stretchy material. And after watching a couple videos, I found it to be really simple. I did make a couple of mistakes, but I'm just going to kind of whip stitch those closed. And it's just a simple tube. And so I think it'll be kind of scrunched up a little around her neck, and I don't think you'll see it. But I'm using... This is from the Fiber Company. I bought all my yarn at Knit the Studio. This is the Fiber Co Road to China Light in Lapis. And then the contrasting colorway is yarn from Michigan. This is one of the the Crazy Wool Skeins from Stonehenge Fiber Mill. So there's not really a colorway, they're all different. And it just says Crazy Wool. And it's this. And so it reminds me a lot of Spin Cycle or of some kind of hand spun or something. But, you know, this is a great yarn, and I've talked about it before. But if you want to do one of the amazing patterns by Andrea Mowry and you are like me and you just cannot quite swing Spin Cycle yarn, you might consider the Crazy Wool because it's beautiful. So that was kind of a super quick rundown. I'm working on a lot. That's actually not everything I'm working on because I'm working on far too much, but it is all that I'm going to talk about today. It's all I have time for. And I also, you can find me, my Patreon page is also linked down below, and I'm going to start from here on out, all of my episodes will go live on Patreon first. And I'm going to start working on more content there because I've been neglecting that with this busy summer. But I'm trying to put together some more videos, some more things for you to do that are more things for you to see and watch and hear about there. So I'm going to do a couple of posts first, and then probably from this video on will be there. And then they will go live on YouTube after. So if you like what you see, please give me the thumbs up. Please share my podcast so others can find me, and then we can get to those great giveaways. So and comment below for the Halloween giveaway. I will pull that next time, and I'll be sure to get it out into the mail. So I think that's everything. So happy knitting. I hope you guys are having a great fall. If it's fall where you are, it's finally just fall here, and I'm super excited. I am very interested in dyeing more colors that are fall and winter sort of inspired, and casting on new projects. So I better get some of these finished. So anyway, happy knitting, happy crafting, and thank you for tuning in. Take care.